All right, welcome back to Third Hand Motors. My name is Matt and we will be discussing this beautiful automobile. Now this is a 2008 Toyota Corolla that I got for the lump sum of $1,000. As you can see, there might or might not be a reason for the cheap price, but I see a lot of potential in this car. Glaring cosmetic issues aside, this is actually a one-owner vehicle and it's only got 114,000 miles on it. That is correct, 114,000, only for $1,000. So, obviously, there are a lot of cosmetic issues. There are also some mechanical ones as well, we'll get into that. But, other than that, it's pretty straight, and there's a lot of stuff that I can fix myself. So, I think we'll be able to turn a decent profit on this car. It's worth roughly upper threes to the low fours, somewhere in there. The only real thing I'm worried about is this body damage on this door here. Obviously these black marks I can buff out. I think they'll come right out, but there is just a bit of wrinkling in this door panel here. So that will be probably the only thing that really stays on this car 100% as it sits. But other than that, it's got a lot of potential to it. And honestly, the cosmetic part is the worst part of it. If we go in the interior, things get a lot better very fast. Now, all the door panels are good. The windows, power locks, mirrors, all of that stuff works. It's got its original floor mats, which actually came back pretty well. I need to do a second cleaning on these. But I mean, this is the driver's floor mat. You can still see Corolla here. That's pretty rare. All the floor mats are the same way. They look pretty good. Seats are nice. They're not ripped. There's no smoke odor, anything like that. And this is a real rarity. All of these compartments break on these Corollas, including on mine. I have a gold one with about twice the miles as this. And the whole time we've had it, it's been broken. But this is working. That's a good sign. Now, as we move up, we can see the factory radio. It is still working. Everything is still fine with it. It's a 6-disc CD changer as well. Oop, copyright. And it's loaded to the gills with like early 2010s pop music. That was Coldplay there. So, but yeah, it's working fine. FM radio works fine. And as you can see, only 114,551 miles. And yes, that is Carfax verified. So there is one thing I want to show you that's a freaking miracle on this car. And that is, look at that. The tire pressure light works. All the sensors work. That is unheard of for a car of this age. So somebody clearly took some pretty decent care of this thing. But if we start it up, we can quickly discover the reason that it's so cheap. So that might have been hard to hear from the interior, but if you take a listen, yeah, that's a problem. So that's the reason it was so cheap, is the appraiser marked it with a loud engine grinding. But if you take the belt off, the engine sounds like this. So whatever the noise is, it's definitely something on the accessory drive. I'm hoping it's just the tensioner, and obviously it would need a new belt too, but we'll see what that is later in the video. But other than that, this car is straight. It drives really well. Obviously it presents kind of rough right now, but we're going to do a lot of stuff to fix that. And yeah, I mean, it's a one owner at the end of the day. It has a lot of potential to be a much better car. The back seat is really nice. This actually, apparently they were hauling their family in this, because when I got it, all the child seat anchors were all popped up, and I think they might have been using this for kid hauling, so props to them for that. So as you can see in here, I mean, everything just needs a good cleaning. It's pretty dusty, pretty dirty, but everything's all here, and they took pretty good care of this car. They might have had a teen driver or something, but I mean, it's in good shape. You can see up here the oil change sticker was supposed to be changed about 400 miles ago, a little bit less, and I've put about 30 miles on it myself, so they kept up with their maintenance pretty dang well. I think they just had some sort of failure on the serpentine drive, which is causing that noise, got scared, and traded it in. And the story is the same in the trunk as well. It's just dirty. It just needs a little help, a little cleaning, nothing crazy. We've got all of our spare tire tools, 2 jacks, which is nice. I did not know that before this. So yeah, I mean, this whole car just reeks of potential. It just needs a good spiffening up, and some light mechanical repairs, and it'll be in good shape for somebody to own for years to come. That person is not going to be me, because I bought this car to flip it because it was such a good deal and I knew the value in it. Now, by this point, you've already pretty much seen all the repairs this car needs, except these front tires right here. They're getting there. They're pretty dang bald, so we might have to fix those before we sell it. The back ones, though, are fairly new and have some pretty good tread on them, so we'll leave those be. Really curious to see if the tensioner is what is making that noise, or if it's something deeper like the water pump or alternator or something like that. So why don't we get back to the shop and see if that fixes the issue. All right, so the first order of business in getting this car back on the road safely is getting rid of that grinding noise. So the first thing I did was take the serpentine belt tensioner out of there, and this is the old one here. Now, this hydraulic is supposed to expand, as you know, to keep the belt at the same tension, but it wasn't really having an easy time expanding. When I took the belt off the first time before I bought the car and put it back on, this was just not cooperating like at all. So another issue with this tensioner is, if you listen closely, it's got a little bit of noise when you spin it, but also it's not supposed to spin so freely. So if you watch, that looks like it'll go on to infinity, whereas the new one here, it just stops immediately. That's how it's supposed to be. So this tensioner is definitely bad in two different ways. So let's go ahead and replace it. All you had to do was jack up the motor. So take these 1, 2, and 3. There's a bolt up under there. Take those bolts out, jack up the motor, and then just take the tensioner out. It's 3 bolts and you're good to go. I got the exact same belt as the old one, because if you can see, all of this and all of that, that's rubber from the old belt, and it was still holding on. That's a pretty tough belt, so I went ahead and bought the same one, because, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. All right, so as you can see, we've got our shiny new tensioner down there, as well as a brand new serpentine belt. Great camera angle, there we go. And there's 3 things that can happen here. Number 1, this gets chucked into the ceiling. Number 2, it actually works. Or number 3, which is probably the most likely, the water pump is making just a little bit of bearing noise. It's that bearing right there underneath the alternator. And that still might be the source of our grinding noise, but either way, that tensioner had to go. So why don't we find out? I haven't turned the key yet, so I'm really curious to see what happens. I'd say that's better. It didn't go into lower Earth orbit. It's still grinding. Nope. All right, we got to do that water pump too. Darn. So I know it's a bit premature to do like detailing type stuff, but I couldn't help myself because I just got a new vacuum. Look at those carpet lines. I know they're horizontal. I'll fix that. But this mat came out great. All of them did, really. I mean, they are like in great shape. They've even still got some fluffiness. Tell me what you wouldn't put your feet on those. Come on, man. They all look fantastic. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes with some glass cleaner and some microfibers, and this is turning out really, really well. You may not have been able to tell on camera, but it was so dusty in here. It looked like it hadn't been cleaned in so long, but it's cleaning up really, really nice. As you can see, the gauge cluster is nice and shiny, and everything's just coming out really nice. This kind of just reinforces that like this whole car just needs a little bit of love. Hello, there's me. Anyway, but yeah, this whole car just needs a little bit of love and it would be like retail ready, or at least pretty close. So that's what I'm trying to do here. While I was in here, I also went ahead and took all these stickers off, and it is kind of incredible. This entire windshield is chip free. And if you look in the corner there, Toyota. That is the original windshield. This car has been really well taken care of. I don't think this person was very like aggressively driving at all, even though there are a lot of dents and dings. They look like kind of parking lot stuff. They don't look like, you know, big Ultima energy, for lack of a better term. So yeah, now one thing that I love about my Corolla, the gold one there, and I hate about this one, is there's gray with wood. I don't like the gray with wood. I like the tan, which that car has with wood. See, my disgusting Corolla has tan with wood, which is a lot better. I don't know, I just hate the gray with wood interior. And yeah, this is what I was talking about. All the Corollas have this right here. All of them are broken like this. But don't look at this. Look at that one. Okay, so we got the old water pump out, and as you can hear, got a lot of bearing noise. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And if we look at our new water pump, listen, nothing, no noise at all. That's how it should be. So I'm pretty sure this is that big noise that we were hearing. This was only $45, so I mean, not out that much money. But yeah, this was actually not that hard. I do have a tip that actually makes this job easier. So every video I've seen doing a water pump on this car, which it goes right there, everybody takes the alternator out, but really, I just undid the bottom bolt and completely took out the top bolt, and I just pivoted it forward after taking the, the wiring harness off, and I was able to get it out easy peasy. So there's no need to like wrestle with the alternator getting it out of there. But anyway, now it's time to put the new one in, do everything back up, and see if that fixed the problem. I hope it does, and I'm pretty sure it will. Okay, so it's been about another hour maybe, and I've got my fancy new water pump in there. And now we are going to check and see if this actually runs. I haven't actually properly bled the cooling system, but there is coolant in there. So I just want to see if it still makes noise. That is literally all this is for. All right, the big reveal. 3, 2, 1. Oh, the battery. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, Toyotas do that. Yeah. Cool. Sounds just like my gold one. There was a little bit of a squeak. I think that was mostly because there was a little bit of coolant on the pulleys, but I'm trying to clean it the best I could. No more grinding. All right, 45 bucks well spent. Well, I guess about now I'm about 150 in, but still, I mean, that's why they got rid of this car. So she sounds great. Listen. All right, cool. I'm very relieved. So I've got the coolant draining after the water pump, and I was messing around with this car and I was taking a look at the oil, and it's a little overdue for a change. But if you look, that's 5,000 mile old oil and it's still that color. That's pretty good. I don't think this engine's been abused really. Goodbye. But yeah, I think whoever had this took really good care of it. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty nice. I've seen cars that just the oil is completely black, even if it is synthetic. There might be all sorts of sludge in there, but that looks really good. All right, so as you can see, the temperature is holding in the middle. I've been driving around for about 10 or 15 minutes just in a loop around my house, and yeah, it's been holding pretty well. If you look, I'll pop it up on the screen here. There's a little graph of the coolant temp, and it's been pretty stable. So I don't think there's any air pockets in the system. I think the water pump's working. So I think that's gonna do it for the mechanical repairs, except for, of course, the oil change. That's the maintenance required light over there. So yeah, I mean, this thing drives great. The only complaint I have is that the front tires are really loud. Like, this has half the miles on my gold Corolla, and my gold Corolla is quieter just because of the tires. And honestly, those are cheap Chinese tires on mine, so like, I really don't know why these are so loud. But anyway, I was planning to move those to the rear anyway because they're kind of low on tread. So and I may even replace them. We'll see. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. So I'm gonna head back, park this for a little while, and do an oil change, and then that should do it for the mechanical stuff. So, of course, it's a Corolla, so it didn't really need a whole lot. And yeah, couldn't be much more happy with that. Alright, so this car came with a full tank of gas, and as you can see, I've put some miles on it, actually 165.6 miles on it. And I can honestly say it's pretty dang good. It drives really well. No noises from the engine anymore, as you can hear. Just perfectly fine. So I think that's going to do it for part one. We've got our mechanical repairs done, or most of them at least. The heavy mechanical, as heavy as Corollas get. But yeah, so we got the important bit done, and I will say Carvana offers $2,500 sight unseen for this car, so we are already up on it. So as of now, we have spent $1,736 on this car, and it doesn't look like it's worth much more than that. So the next thing we're going to do is our cosmetics, but yeah, obviously we are going to turn a profit on this car in some way, shape, or form. So I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, that's going to do it for part one, so stay tuned for part two. We are going to work on the cosmetic stuff, mostly on this side here. Obviously that big old gash in the bumper has to go. I've got these little grill inserts for both sides on order, and we're going to take a crack at fixing this. It's not going to be perfect, like obviously the wrinkles are going to stay, but I'm just going to try to get it less noticeable. Obviously I'll disclose everything to the buyer, but yeah, I just want to make it look at least nicer from, 10 feet away. Right now it's a 40-footer. I want to get it to be like a maybe 15-footer. So yeah, that'll be it for part one. Tune in for part two, and thank you for watching, and well, I'll see you in the next one.